Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening, good evening. God bless. Aw, Smelly, you're the first one in tonight. Amen. She says, hey, hey, back to you, girl. All right. Arctic, you're number two. She says, yay, finally. Yeah. And Deputy Sheriff, hey, PG, and chat. God bless. Number three, Deputy Sheriff. Cracks me up. Yay, finally. That is funny. How you doing tonight, Kathy? She says, hi, folks. I am here waiting. Amen. Hallelujah. All right. How's Christmas going for everyone? How many people's Christmas is going good without all the woes? PG's getting all the woes. Everybody's Christmas on Earth should be going great because I am definitely getting all the woes. Oh, that's so sweet. Hello, my fellow deputy sheriff. God bless. PG sounds like she done been into the brownies. How you doing tonight, Mary Jane? She says, which neighbor saw her? I want to know. Yeah, we all want to know that, right? I bet that screwed up his or her fragile little mind, right? And it was dark too, and that had to be a fright sight, right? Yeah, that had to be a fright sight. Shit. Oh God. I am so sorry. Candace creeping around in the woods. That's just funny shit right there. How you doing, Hillbilly 29? She says, hello, hello, everyone. Much love. Much love to you, girl. Crap. I can't help but laugh. Candace out there creeping around the wood. The Adams family. Dun, 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 dun. Right? I'm freaking fetched her in the basement. That's Candace. I gotta shut up. Right? I gotta shut up. Oh shit. That's funny stuff. Oh God. Should have left the brownies alone, right? Should have left them in the pan. I knew it. Oh, Sweet Tea says, going good. Thank you. Merry Christmas, PG. Merry Christmas to you, girl. Much love. Much love. Oh, Lisa, I so appreciate that, sweetie. Super sticker. Yes. Yes. God bless. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is definitely going into my computer fund. I'm going to get that computer. At some point, I'm going to get that computer. Today I was talking with Pam, and dang thing threw me out. I finally had to just tell her, look, this thing ain't working right. I am so sorry, but it ain't working right, right? It is what it is. I can't make it. I can't make it do anything. I just trying to work with what I got. Making the best of it. Beautiful sunflower, how you doing? Rocking grandson back when he is asleep. I'm listening. Amen. My old lady made brownies, and they was as hard as a brick. I think he is trying to break someone's plate. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, they just found one teenager. I can't think her. It's Dawn. Her name's something Dawn. They just found her. She's a teenager. I think she was like 15, crawled out the window on her parents. Um, they found her safe. Um, and give me a second here. The Katie, it ain't coming up. It ain't coming up. So I'm real good with faces, not so good with names. I literally and utterly suck when it comes to names. The second I see the face, I say, "Oh yeah," right? So, but that ain't popping up. Is it spelled differently? I'm wondering if they spelled it differently. Yeah, definitely not coming up, hon. When I type that in, all I'm getting is the Anthony case. How you doing, Chill Billy? I gotta wonder, where is Sherry? Where is Sherry? Oh, she should be in here real soon. She'll be in here real soon. He says, I know, I'm trying to get her attention. Oh no, I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna block you, Chillbilly. Even if you are a two-timer. Even if you are cheating on all of us, we ain't gonna block you. Yeah, Chillbilly came from Jinkies. Oh, I'm telling you, yeah, the weather's supposed to get horrible for like tons of people, right? Tons of people. Even where I'm at, it's supposed to cool down some. I'm waiting, right? I'm waiting. That's for sure. How you doing, Hash Brown? How you doing? Yeah. Anyway, there is a neighbor. I'm sure everybody has heard him talk. I'm gonna pull him up and wow, it's 14 degrees here in Central Texas. Whew, that is cold. That is absolutely freezing, right? I don't think my little body could take it. Absolutely not. Hey Jinkies, how you doing tonight, girl? How you doing? We got Chillbilly in here. We got that two-timer hanging around in the chat. Right? That cracks me up. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. She said, "Hey, PG, my friend, how you doing tonight, girl?" Yeah, he's cheating on Sherry. He's cheating on her. I told her. He was cheating on her. I seen him heading to your house right after he left mine. Me and Jinkies, we share our toys. Sherry don't like to share. Her name's Sherry, right? She don't like to share. That is funny. Right? It cracks me up. Yeah. That is hilarious. Sharing is caring. That's right. Me and Jinkies, we know how to share. You said, Chillbilly, you know better. Right? Yeah. He's gonna have Sherry threatening to beat me and Jinkies up, right? She's gonna be looking to try to give us the old 1-2. Oh shit. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I like that. I like that idea. Sherry's gonna put a whooping on Chillbilly. He deserves it. He said, "What can I say? Men are dogs." Yeah. That cracks me up. Men are dogs. She's coming with me harder. Yeah, I've been sitting on Santa's lap. Can I help it if Chillbilly does those kind of favors and jumps into a Santa suit? Right? He has to have some reason to be coming in our homes, right? He gets in the Santa suit so he don't feel like a stranger, right? He jumps in that Santa suit so he don't feel like no stranger. Oh shit! I told y'all I think I ate one too many brownies tonight. No more brownies. Right. No more brownies. Like Top Dog. She put a bounty on Top Dog. Shit, I didn't know. That's funny. We gotta find him. She got a $500 bounty. I'm gonna be delivering him. Right to her door. Or else have to go let him out of the basement. Right? Sherry probably forgot she locked him in there. Poor guy. And now she's out chasing another one. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, KU. God bless. God bless. I've been worried about Tennessee Shine. I'm glad to hear she's okay. God bless. I think she lost her mom, and that's super hard. It's super hard on, especially during the holidays, right? It's super hard. Yeah, it should be fun tonight. Absolutely, Rapper. Absolutely. Hell, I'm not even Candace, and I'm searching for her daughter, right? We're all searching for her daughter. We're not even her, and we're all searching for her daughter. Absolutely. I got a hold of Trevor today. Trevor's a lot of you probably know Trevor Lee, and he actually, I got a hold of him today, and he had went and checked the area that Jody Sue was talking about that she believes Summer would be, and found nothing. Absolutely found nothing. But I bet you if they could find a spot where Candace was coming out of the woods 3 days after Summer disappeared, now that might give you some clues to where Summer's at. Anyway, I'm going to pull it up. This guy's supposed to be a neighbor, and I'm going to let you listen to it.
Let me tell you a strange story that no one knows. The day that Summer Wells went missing, my wife messaged Candace Wells on Facebook asking her if there's anything that they needed. pretty common question. I'm not sure in that situation if there'd be such a thing as a common answer. But the response was a 6-pack of Mountain Dew.
Now, I believe that. I honest and truly believe that because we're most we're most of us we're most of us buy, we buy the 12 packs, we buy what's on sale, right? They got so many, we buy the deals. Now, Don and Candace are very much accustomed to not buying the deals because they don't buy much anyway. Um, how the hell they live, I don't know. But I can say, or where they get their food, I have no idea because they're not big shoppers. What I'm saying is they don't keep a refrigerator full of food all the time, right? Cabinets full of food. Um, they absolutely keep like zero. What I'm saying is you open the refrigerator up, you might find some packs of mustard and ketchup in there, right? Um, that they picked up from a restaurant, and God only knows how old it is. So basically, what I'm saying is, no, she's not. She's not go to the grocery store, pack in a load of groceries, couple of times a week, right? She definitely ain't that type of person. Where we buy the 12, 24 packs, the bulk stuff, the, on sale, save money type people. Candace and Donald generally go to like the dollar store or to the carry out. And yes, they pack back 6 packs and the cheapest. I mean, just enough, right? Just enough. Um so he's telling the truth on that behalf. Um he, she might have had in the she may have had in the picture that after Summer came up missing due to the simple fact that she has a lot she has a lot of gift cards and she has a lot of people filling up her cash app. So she may have bought 12 packs instead of I'm talking about before everyone started supporting them. I mean, Donald didn't have no Ray-Ban glasses on either before that, and they sure didn't have, the new update iPhones and cell phones and stuff, right? Um, they moved up a little since but she still was at the dollar store. She was still at the dollar store, and like I said, but before Summer came up missing, it was minimum everything. I mean, it was like just enough pizzas for the family. Um, you know, everything was penny pinching, very penny pinching, um, at the Wells house. And that's the truth. It was like, they didn't when they ordered pizza, they didn't get a couple pizzas, right? I mean, they have 4 kids, 3 adults. It was one pizza. It was like one pizza supposed to feed all of them. And I, you know, that might work. That might work if had other stuff, right? Like a side salad and chips and other things there. But They didn't usually have all the extra, you know. I mean, Donald would bring home some M&Ms or something for summer, and all the kids, they'd have to split it, right? I mean, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Jeff, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Computer Fun PG, Merry Christmas. Oh, God bless. God bless. I so appreciate that. Absolutely. And it will go to the Computer Fun. Amen. God bless. Yeah. So I truly believe it. Oh, I hate Mountain Dew. But I have reason. I have reason. But I hate it. I can't. I couldn't even snap a can open, to be honest with you. I run from it. Oh yeah, I love coffee. I love coffee. Back in my wild days, and a lot of us would use Mountain Dew for we use Mountain Dew. Well, anyway, we mixed stuff up in Mountain Dew, and I just can't do Mountain Dew anymore. Makes me sick. I get sick. Oh, I appreciate that sugar cookie, Jeff. That was really nice. Merry Christmas to you. Absolutely. Merry Christmas. God bless. Oh. Well, anyway, I do believe him. I believe the 6-pack of Mountain Dew thing, because I know that she was very minimized on everything. They didn't pack much up into that house. I mean, for as many people as there wasn't a lot being packed in and out.
I found that odd. Second strange encounter that we had around when Summer went missing. Don Wells had came down to my home. I wasn't there yet, but a few of the guys that I work with and my wife were there, and he spoke with them the very next day. And they tell me that his whole conversation was around her being in a better place, her being in a better place, her being in a better place. And they found that odd. Now, once again, we don't know how we'd act in a situation. I'm just giving you some points, giving you some information that I have that no one else has. You can take that for what it's worth, make your own opinions, read into it, don't read into it, whatever. But these are things that we know because of being near the area from local law enforcement, things like that. Number 3 is 2 or 3 nights later on a rainy night. There's some country roads back through that way, and there's a back road that you take that comes out there in Kingsport, and it's a traveled road, but it's not traveled a great deal. And the Don and Candace were seen about a mile and a half from their house, pulled over on the side of the road, very, very, very country road. Don was behind the wheel. Candace was out, and she was coming out of the wooded area. Now, she had to use the bathroom. I think she probably could have waited to get home. Maybe not. But that was strange, that they were off in a secluded area, at dark, while it's raining, and Candace Wills was seen coming out of the woods about a mile and a half away.
There you go. A mile and a half away. She's coming out of the woods, right? And it's dark. It's raining, and here she is coming out of the woods. I don't think you're going to go into the woods I don't think you're going to go into some dark woods when it's raining to use the restroom. Absolutely not, especially when your house is only a mile and a half. Come on. I mean, that's less than a couple of minutes, right? I mean, that's like 3 to 5 minutes at the most. The most, 3 to 5 minutes. No way in hell. No way in hell you're going to take the risk. And this is right after summer, like 3 days after summer came up missing. This is June, right? 18th, June the 18th. She's coming out of these woods. 3 days after her daughter disappears. No way in hell she's in there taking a piss. Who's going to take the risk of getting bit on the backside by who God knows what, trying to take a piss in there, right? When you're only 3 to 5 minutes from your house. No way in hell. And she has her pissy pillow. Exactly. She's got the pissy pillow in the back seat that she pisses on. So absolutely. I mean, there you go. Yes. Just ask Benny. He was oh shoot. I'm sorry, I can't think about Benny. I cannot think about Benny. The pillow. Right? Shit, Benny. Man, what she did to him was fighting words, right? That was oh shit. She thought it was funny as hell too. Yeah, she pissed on a pillow. Absolutely. She had a pissy pillow that, because, I don't know, she's an alcoholic, right? She drank a lot. And I guess when she had to go, she had to go. So, and that's why she had the pissy pillow, because she didn't want to pull over or go into some woods, right? So that's out of the question. Right there's out of the question, right? So, Vinny was hugging it up, right? He was hugging it and squeezing it. Oh, damn. I might hire a hitman on someone to do that to me. Right? Shit. Benny, dude, you took it like a champ. Right? He took it like a champ. Oh, shit. Oh, poor Benny. Yeah. He about lost his mind, right, when he found out. I think he's still holding a grudge. Thanks to that pillow, we know she wasn't. We know she was not out there pissing in the woods, right? Oh shit. Yeah, she should have tied a coffee can to her. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, everybody. I did not want you guys to hear me cough in the microphone. She looks like she smells like Candace. Poor freaking Candace. Yeah, I bet that car stunk too early. And believe it or not, it was Grandis's truck, right? It was Grandma's truck. she probably she probably threw that pissy pillow in each vehicle. That was gross. Now you know why it was on the back floor, right? It was on the back floor because it was a pissy pillow, not a pillow for the kids to lay on. Absolutely not. Um, he said that it's a road that goes to Kingsport, a back road that leads to Kingsport. That's the only thing that he said. Um, I'm gonna finish playing him out.
From their home. Also, another strange thing was, you've seen pictures of how high, the mountain, the hill going up to their house or whatever. Now, at the bottom of the hill, there's like a field. Now, that field's always grown up. But about a week or less before Summer Wells went missing, Don Wells mowed that down. I mean, I say mowed, hacked it down because it's about chest high with a mower. That's the first and only time that field has ever been mowed. That field sits at the base of that very hill that he come out and said that he feels like someone took her down the hill and then it had to went through that field and off to wherever. Also, the Ranger, black, older model Ford Ranger that was seen in the area, we were told by law enforcement, we turned in that clue, we were told by law enforcement that was that truck was there. It was at the end of Ben Hill Road picking up an automotive part. Also, I was told by law enforcement that whether the scent, I've seen several places that say a dog picked up the scent and it ended. I've been told by a fairly credible source that was not the case. Also, when the FBI came and talked with people in the area, the two questions they wanted to know were, have you seen anything abnormal? Did you see anything abnormal that day or the ordinary? And number two was, what type of people were Candace and Don Wells? These are some strange things that we know from being close to the area where Summer Wells went missing. What do you think about these? Let me tell you a strange.
There you go. So I personally believe everything that he said. Now, down at the bottom of the hill where the shed is, where the shed is at the bottom of the hill, right there, that ain't the first time that it's been. I mean, it probably was in a while from, I'm not saying he ain't telling the truth, but in the pictures, like if you go back 2012, 2017, down the bottom of there, sometimes it was cut, sometimes it wasn't. But he is right. That field hadn't been cut for, it seemed like, a while. If you go back and you look when Mr. Goat and Don Well's mother owned this particular property, they were together and running it. It was always that down there was always looking real nice, right? They even had a trailer home down there, like an RV, a trailer home down there that Don and his first wife even stayed in. They were there staying in it with their kids until law enforcement picked Donald up, took him back to Utah, and then his wife and the kids went back to Utah as well. They left and went back from the property, but it was kept up. It was kept up during that time. Later, it became pretty bad, right? And yeah, it actually was cut down after, I know for a fact it was cut down after Summer came up missing. And you could see everything. There's a little road that runs through there. It goes through another gate and runs through there and comes. You can come around. You can either go up to the house or you can come around, go back out onto the road. It's another road that runs around through there. The boys could ride dirt bikes and stuff on. But if it's all grown up, you can't really see that little road. So it makes you wonder. It does make you wonder why Donald would pick to cut it down at that particular time, right? That particular year. Why he would all of a sudden decide to whack it all down. I don't know. It looks like somebody in here has some mental issues, right? This is nothing but lies. It didn't come out of Prayer Garden's mouth, hon. They come out of a neighbor's mouth, not Prayer Garden's. So if you want to call somebody, you're not calling me a liar. You're calling the man that just said it a liar. How freaking educated are you, right? You're one of those people that if you tell you what the Bible says, you get mad at the person that tells you, right? They're telling you God's words, and you're mad at them like it's their words, right? Get the hell out of here. You are a loser. You need to go, back to school, get some education. That's what you need to do. You're a lost cause. Yeah. Not too bright there, right? That is not the sharpest tool in the shed for sure. Oh my God. Light up another cigarette. Jody Sue boy. You probably are Jody Sue. I wouldn't doubt if you're not Jody Sue. Shit. Whatever. Now, Jody Sue, I believe that's the liar. Right there, I think it's the liar. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind that she is a liar. How you doing, Pam? I'm doing good. I appreciate you asking. God bless. I hope you're doing good too also. Yeah. And Candace was like, I don't go out in the woods because I'm afraid of the bears and the coyotes and Do we remember her saying that? Yeah. So what is she doing? What is she doing out in the woods? In the dark? When it's raining? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm Robert. Robert's girl. I appreciate Merry Christmas to you, hun. And God bless. I so appreciate the super chat. I seen it go by earlier when the video was playing, and I didn't want to stop the video on everybody, but I so appreciate it. I wanted to make sure I go back and let you know how much that I am grateful, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. God bless. But yeah, absolutely. Hello, Christina 555. She said, good evening, PG and chat. Good evening to you, girl. Oh, that's wonderful, Pam. That is wonderful. I am good. Thank you, PG. Just got home from visiting my new grandson. Amen. There you go. God bless. No, Jody Sue don't want Summer found, because Summer being found would mean that, Summer being found would shut down her bank account, right? It would actually, it would have shut down everybody early on, right? It would have shut down everybody early on. And they didn't, and that they didn't want that. They didn't want, none of them wanted to be shut down. They wanted, they jumped on Summer's case. And like Benny said, they wrote it, right? They jumped on it and they wrote it as far as they can get. And they're still riding Summer's case right now as we speak. But, that isn't how a child's case should be handled. A child's case should be handled, like a criminal case from the beginning. All the information that can be gotten, and find that child as soon as possible, so that that child could be put to rest, or, turned over to the authorities to get the help and everything it needed from all the trauma that it had been put through, right? That's how you handle a child's case. I mean, some people are just evil. Some humans are evil. They it's not about the child. It's all about them. And that's the problem out here in the YouTube world, right? That's the problem, in these communities where there's people that could talk and give information, but they don't want to because they're too busy, doing whatever they can do to get all they can out here into true crime world by, coming on people's panels like Jody Sue. She got a free ticket off that hill. She got put in one trailer, then moved again to another trailer, and a bigger one, a nicer one. She got enough to get a piece of land, money to move a big old cabin, right, off the land up there where she was staying. And she got a big wish list. She's got Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all that shit. And then she sits over there and talks about, how other people are trying to make something off the back of poor little Summer, right? Shut the fuck up, Jody Sue. Just shut up. They ain't nobody destroyed that child's case the way you, Benny Keys, and Cher did. You three motherfuckers were the sold bastards that fucked this little girl's case up. Besides Chris M and that team of sisters up there that didn't give a hill of beans if any attention went on Summer or not. They was too busy trying to get it all on them, right? And their fucking cooking channels and all the other bullshit. I just call it like I see it, and it was what it was. Summer didn't stand a chance with all of these freaking serpents, right? She was in a cesspool of serpents from the day she was born. And when she disappeared, she just fell into a bigger pit of them, right? The ones that's supposed to help her, they didn't. And the ones out here that could have, didn't. So, it was a lost cause. And Summer is still lost. She's still missing. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Arctic. Merry Christmas, PG and family. Amen. God bless. Absolutely so. I truly believe what this man is saying. I do. He has no reason whatsoever to lie. I mean, what reasons he got to lie? I mean, it ain't going to make or break him, right? It ain't going to make him or break him. To tell the truth, he had something he wanted to get out here. He came out, he got it out, and now he's gone, right? Because people have, they don't want that weighing on their chest, right? Nobody wants it weighing on their chest. Merry Christmas to you too, Robin. I will be doing a Christmas live for Summer. I will be doing a live on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I will be doing a live for little Summer. In the evening, a lot of us are holding Christmas parties and everything. I understand that. If you guys would rather me do it on the 23rd instead of the 24th, put a 1 in the chat. Because we could do it on the 23rd if that would be better for everybody. I host a Christmas party on Christmas Eve as well, but most everybody is gone. Almost everybody's gone by 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I can come in Christmas Eve around 9 o'clock and hold on Summer's Christmas special, or I could do it on the 23rd if it works out better for everybody, and that way we can all just take Christmas Eve off, right? Okay, then that's what we'll do. We'll do it on the 23rd, which is tomorrow evening. So we'll be holding on Summer's Christmas party tomorrow night instead of on the 24th. That works out great. Yeah, that worked out good. So that's what we'll do. We'll do it tomorrow night for her. Wisconsin Mama, there you are, girl. Hello, PG and beautiful family. Jeepers, I got no voice. Go figure. Something shutting Wisconsin Mama up. All right. She must have a gag order on her. I'm kidding. You better get some lemon and honey, girl. You better get some lemon and honey. That'll fix it. It cracks me up. Oh, that was so sweet, Denny. That was really sweet. She said, "You put up cookie recipes. I used the fudge recipe and made 2 types. Was hoping you'd post recipes again for summer." Um, yeah, last year we did a recipe book for summer, and uh, of different types of cookies and fudges and things like that. And a lot of people sent me, recipes and stuff. Um, and yeah, I'm sure that we could definitely get something like that going this year as well. Um, so absolutely, that should be no problem. Robin says, "I can't believe it's going." Girl, there's some people right now. They wish they had 40. They wish they had 40. Oh shoot. Yeah, brownies are done. That's his. That's his second or third batch coming out today. Christine, I wish you would too. I wish you would too. What do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think about the video? I'm going to play it out. I'm going to play it out one more time. If you guys want me to play, if you want me to play it out one more time without stopping it, put a 1 in the chat. I mean, I know, nothing makes me crazier than someone keeps stopping something when I'm trying to listen to it. So if you want me to play it without stop, there you go. Okay, that's what we're going to do, because I hate it when people stop it on me as well. And I know I was stopping it on you, so I'm sorry.
Strange story that no one knows. The day that Summer Wells went missing, my wife messaged Candace Wells on Facebook asking her if there's anything that they needed. Pretty common question. I'm not sure in that situation if there'd be such a thing as a common answer. But the response was a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. I found that odd. Second strange encounter that we had when Summer went missing, Don Wells had came down to my home. I wasn't there yet, but a few of the guys that I work with and my wife were there, and he spoke with them the very next day. And they tell me that his whole conversation was around her being in a better place, her being in a better place, her being in a better place. And they found that odd. Now, once again, we don't know how we'd act in a situation. I'm just giving you some points, giving you some information that I have that no one else has. You can take that for what it's worth, make your own opinions, read into it, don't read into it, whatever. But these are things that we know because of being near the area with from local law enforcement, things like that. Number 3 is 2 or 3 nights later on a rainy night, there's some country roads back through that way, and you can there's a back road that you take that comes out there in Kingsport, and it's a traveled road, but it's not traveled a great deal. And the Don and Candace were seen it's about a mile and a half from their house, pulled over on the side of the road, very, very, very country road. Don was behind the wheel. Candace was out, and she was coming out of the wooded area. Now, you had to use the bathroom. I think she probably could have waited to get home. Maybe not. But that was strange, that they were off in a secluded area, at dark, while it's raining, and Candace Wells was seen coming out of the woods about a mile and a half away from their home. Also, another strange thing was, you've seen pictures of how high, the mountain, the hill going up to their house or whatever. Now, at the bottom of the hill, there's like a field. Now, that field's always grown up. But about a week or less before Summer Wells went missing, Don Wells mowed that down. I mean, I say mowed, hacked it down, because it's about chest high with a mower. That's the first and only time that field has ever been mowed. That field sits at the base of that very hill that he come out and said that he feels like someone took her down that hill, and then it had to went through that field and off to wherever. Also, the Ranger, black, older model Ford Ranger that was seen in the area, we were told by law enforcement, we turned in that clue. We were told by law enforcement that was that truck was there. It was at the end of Ben Hill Road picking up an automotive part. Also, I was told by law enforcement that whether the scent, I've seen several places that say a dog picked up the scent and it ended. I've been told by a fairly credible source that was not the case. Also, when the FBI came and talked with people in the area, the 2 questions they wanted to know were, have you seen anything abnormal? Did you see anything abnormal that day or the ordinary? And number 2 was, what type of people were Candace and Don Wells? These are some strange things that we know from being close to the area where Summer Wells went missing. What do you think about these?
There you go. That's his whole take on that. And so, what do you guys think? What do you think? Yes, I'm sure he talked to law enforcement. Absolutely. I mean, he said that they turned in the black truck that was seen up there, and law enforcement checked it out and let them know that it was someone buying an auto part. So that tells me, yes, he he did talk with law enforcement. He was working with law enforcement, and giving whatever information he had to them on this case. Yeah, that's exactly what she said too, KU. Right? And that is the problem. That is the problem. It's Allie. It is Allie up there. Allie isn't going to do nothing. I think you're right. I mean, as sad as it sounds, I think you're right. as I said, I spoke with Pruitt, or whatever that guy's name is. I think it's Pruitt, that's over Summer's case. And like I said, you know, he's a real ass. Definitely a real ass. No, Ali is not. I mean, this guy act like, he didn't even want to, he don't want to, he act like he is frustrated. He don't even want to hear about Summer's case. He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to hear about it. He don't want to talk about it. Nothing, absolutely. He cops an attitude. What I'm saying is this guy is so fucking horrible. If someone wanted to give him information, they couldn't give him information because he's a prick. They would just hang up the phone. They would just hang up on him because he has such an ugly attitude. He tries to actually deter you from giving him any information on Summer's case. He don't want to listen. He don't want to talk. He don't want nothing. It's, what the hell do you want? What do you want? I have nothing to say to you, nothing to, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to say anything. Why don't you get the freaking hint and just, have a good fucking day. That is basically what this guy, how he answers the phone. I just don't want to hear it. And he actually deters people. He deters people that would have information, right? That's what he does. So, it's truth. I'm not lying. I personally talked to that asshole. For real. And in my opinion, yes, he's an asshole. And no, he does not. There's no way that guy's going to solve Summer's case. Absolutely not. He ain't kind enough. He ain't caring enough. And not kind enough and caring enough to we the people. He's not kind enough and caring enough about a 5-year-old little girl that's gone missing and needs to be found. That guy don't give a freaking rat's ass. If you have anything to report, you better go through TBI, because that guy does not care in the least. He don't even want to be bothered. He's probably sitting that big, ass in that chair, eating his donuts, drinking his coffee, talking a bunch of shit to his fellow brothers or buddies around there and doing nothing. I mean, that's the picture I got in my mind. And, you're obviously holding him up from getting another mouthful of fucking donut, right? And he don't like it. So, yeah. You can pay him a visit, but I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to like him. You ain't going to like him at all. He's a hard-headed, hard-nosed, laid-back, lazy sack of trash, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I bet you that guy hasn't walked a mile looking for Summer. Not one fucking mile looking for Summer. Not one. Not one. And I bet you he probably hasn't listened or heard not even an hour of people trying to talk to him about her. Because that's how, this guy is like he gives you anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes and hangs up. That's how long how long he's willing to go without another donut or a sip of coffee. That's truth. Exactly, bro. That's the truth. He he really needs to resign. I think Ronnie Lawson is more. A lot of people, I know a lot of people do not like Ronnie. They do not care for Ronnie, but Ronnie Lawson is way more compassionate, kinder, more compassionate than that guy will ever be, and that's the truth. I think Ronnie really did care, and I think Ronnie would really like to put somebody behind bars for what happened to Summer. You know, Summer did touch Ronnie's heart, but this other stub nose, hard headed stub nose guy that's over her case right now, he could give a F less. Trust me. Oh, the Wells don't show no concern for Summer either. The Wells don't care, and sometimes, sometimes hard asses like that particular comp that's over Summer's case, sometimes hard asses like that say, why should I care when the damn parents don't, right? To make himself feel better about being an ass that don't care, right? Because that's the way those kind of people live their lives. They look at everybody else. They look at everybody else's, you know, shortcomings in order to make themselves feel better about their own, right? We don't know if Candace is pregnant. We don't even know if she's the porch pirate or not. But I'm going to find out about that. I'm going to find out if she's the porch pirate or not tomorrow. I'm going to personally find out. Yeah, he is. That's the truth. He thinks he knows everything when he don't know shit. And he don't want to know shit because I think it hurts his penny ass brain to think, right? It gives him a headache if he has to think about anything other than, what flavors are in that donut box. That's the only thing that excites him. And you can tell it too. You could tell it. You can tell he's no go-getter. That motherfucker don't jog. Trust me. He don't jog. He's in no hurry to get anywhere. And he wasn't in the tube. He was on the phone. And it don't take me 5 minutes to talk to somebody, and I can pretty much tell you exactly how they think and how much they care. A caring person don't act like he did. Absolutely not. If you call up there if you call Idaho, for instance, on the Michael Vaughn's case, they will talk with you. They're nice, they're compliant, they talk with you. Very very good people. If you have any information, they are willing to listen and take all of that information. They are really kind people. They're the people you want to talk to, right? They're inviting. You call Georgia, little Quentin's case, very inviting. They talk. If you got it, they listen to you. You listen to them. Tennessee, no, nope. There's something wrong with Tennessee's law enforcement. They're not out to solve anything. Trust me. I don't know what the fuck they do all day, but it ain't solving cases. That's for sure. We all want to find Summer. That's the truth. Amen. I heard that, Jackie. Yeah, Tennessee sucks. That's the truth. People in Tennessee, people in Tennessee are the law. They have to handle themselves, right? YouTubers seem to, it seems like YouTubers, do most of the work. Law enforcement don't do the work. We the people do. Matter of fact, law enforcement, I don't really know any law enforcement that's ever solved a case without we the people giving them the tips to go do it with. So really, they don't solve shit. They just wait till somebody. But Tennessee ain't even waiting for somebody to give them a tip. They don't even want to take your tip. They don't want to hear your tip. Right? They're not compliant. They're not compliant. They don't feel like they have to be compliant. Right? They're just assholes. To be honest with you, you guys heard that one cop tell us to go do his job, and we did. That's Tennessee law for you right there. I'm going to tell you something. Don and Candace Wells has gotten a lot of money. They got a lot. They got a lot of Walmart gift cards. And I'm talking not like hundreds. I'm talking about thousands of dollars worth of Walmart gift cards. Thousands of dollars worth of Cash Apps, Venmos, PayPals. Thousands of dollars worth of money. Thousands. Now, I mean, Don Wells, as you seen when he went to jail, his commissary was not ever empty. $500 was in there all the time, study, right? He got that money when he got out of jail. They gave Don Wells a check for $500 because that's what was in his commissary, right? All the time. I mean, no matter how much he spent, there was always money in there. So, to the hilt. People constantly calling to make sure they kept that completely full for him, right? Now, what would you have done with all that money? If it was your daughter missing, what would you have done with all that money? Would you have bought Ray-Ban glasses? Would you have bought four really expensive cell phones? Would you had lived it up, drank it up, drugged it up? What would you have done if you was getting all of that? Would you have really put all that money into remodeling that house? Or would you have walked off that damn hill, got a decent home in the city there, and used all the rest of it for private investigators, attorneys, and everything else to make sure that your daughter indeed was found and your sons were indeed turned back over to you? Because 99.9% of real, actually 100% of real mom and dads would have did exactly the latter part. They would have got the hell out of there, said to hell with that ran down shack. They'd have rented a nice place in the city. They would have got lawyers and private investigators, and they would have been seeking and doing everything they could to find their daughter, right? They would have been getting their own reward fund up that no one could take away from her. That's what they would have been doing. That's what they would have been doing. Absolutely. There, I see nothing wrong with the Wells taking the money if they needed it for lawyers, if they needed it to get a better home, if they needed it to get their children back and to find their daughter. People, it takes a lot. And a lot of families, the Wells family wouldn't be the only family that ever accepted help from we the people to search and get their child back. They wouldn't be the first. There's a lot of people that need someone to do that for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with giving a family a hand up to find their to get their children returned and to find their missing child. Absolutely nothing wrong with the person accepting it and or the people giving it. I see nothing wrong with that. But the Wells the Wells were accepting it. They just wasn't doing what they needed to be doing with it. And if a family ain't doing what they need to be doing with the money, then that probably means that that probably means that they know, either they know where that child is already, or they really just don't give a fuck, right? They shouldn't have ever been parents. Either way it goes, they shouldn't have ever been parents in the first place. Yeah, they was too caught up in addiction. That's true. That's true. Exactly, Christina. I believe that too. They did, because they knew she had passed away. They did not spend the money on finding Summer. No, they didn't. They didn't. And that's one of the arguments me and Donald had when he bought the sunglasses and stuff. And I told him, I said, why ain't you getting attorneys? Why ain't you getting lawyers? Why ain't you getting, private investigators if the law ain't going to do what it takes to find your daughter? Why ain't you hiring people to get that done, right? Why are you guys spending the money the way you're spending it? I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand that, right? At all. I mean, and he didn't want to talk about it. Donald did not. He didn't want to address that any way, form, or how. At all. No way, form, or how. I don't, Candace told me that she stepped into the middle of it and said, Sissy, listen, we have an agreement with Child Protective Services, right? We have I think at the time she said that they had a 6-month game plan with Child Protective Services, a 6-month, where they were going to take care of the kids while Don and Candace was able to, do all the things necessary to get the kids back. We're 18 months down the road. Don, Candace, Wells. 18 months, not 6. 6 months is gone. Another 6 months is gone. Another 6 months is gone, right? And damn near another 6 months is about to expire as well, right? Another 6 months is about to expire also. So you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're 18 months down the fucking road. So we're about to, we're about to do, that'll be 6 months come June the 15th, 2023. And they still ain't got their boys back, and they haven't found their daughter. And it don't look like they wasn't looking the day she came up missing, and they're fucking not looking now. So you tell me about these parents. You tell me about them, because um this man on this neighbor talking, he has no reason to lie. He has, he didn't even have to come out here, but he did. He did. He came out here because he wanted everyone to know a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. Actually, it's way too long for him. And that's why I said it was important to keep her reward fund in place, right? Because just like this man came out, he came out all these months later to talk about some things behind the scenes. Other people that's got information, like I said, as time marches on, people get less, they get less worried, they get less afraid, they get stressed, they get more stressed, like we're stressed, right? A lot of people are compliant, and they try to give law enforcement a long rope, right? Time, as in time, to get things done. But 18 months down the road, you kind of gave up on law enforcement as well, right? And a lot of people think it's time to, okay, we gave law enforcement the time to do all of these things. They're not getting it done. People start talking. And someone may hold the key to exactly what happened, right? To Summer. And possibly, exactly where she is, to bring her home. But as of tomorrow, they're going to try to steal away all of that, right? And I think that Tennessee feels that if they steal her reward fund, then they can pretty much not have to worry about this case after that, right? There's no initiative for people to start calling them or talking to them or doing anything. Actually, they should get a lot more calls once they take her reward fund, and that's probably about the time everyone should pitch in and have some questions. Right. You got to report that. You got to report them. Absolutely. They do need reported. Tennessee law enforcement definitely, the whole Tennessee needs an overhaul when it comes to their law enforcement. They need to find new people, because I think these people's just been there too long doing nothing. And that, they settled in and got comfortable in doing nothing. So it's time to hoist their asses out of there and actually start getting some people in there that's willing to get off that ass and do a job. Right? I mean, you ain't got nothing sitting around there but a bunch of dust buckets. I have never had to drive in snow. It terrifies me to think about it. Oh, snow is awesome. It is absolutely. You go out on a parking lot and you can spin and do donuts. It's great. I I love I love on snow and ice. Now I ain't telling nobody to go out there and be reckless. Nope, not me. I say drive very careful, obey the law. I'm just saying. She said you can have it, PG. Hi, girl. Right now, where I'm sitting, I would gladly take it. Absolutely. I'd be running my AC. And that is not a lie. Oh, I open windows. I open windows. It's like, I'm telling you. Yeah, I do think I think you could be right, Christine. Absolutely. Um, the one that the one that's in question on being to work that day is not Don. It's Andy. From what I'm understanding, his boss and them will lie for him. You call his work, they'll say he's there when he's not. That he can't come to the phone. He's supposed to be answering phones. They will absolutely, from my understanding, lie for him. I don't know, but I heard they would. I think abuse was big time, big time. All in that community. I think abuse was big time within. There's a lot of hateful, ugly people in that community, up there where Don and Candace Wells lived, and they were a couple of them. I mean, I think they were very abusive, not just to children, but to one another. Right? It's a very abusive community. Oh yeah, they definitely outsmarted. They outsmarted law enforcement and TBI. Absolutely. Uh, actually, what the guy told me is they have nothing right now but a missing child. That's it. They're treating it like Summer was 15 years old and ran away instead of 5. And that's how they're treating it in order to bury it at the bottom of the pail and not have to deal with it no more. And let me tell you, I talked to that law enforcement. I talked to the main guy over top of Summer, and he's not hard to outsmart. Trust me, Donald could outsmart him. Candace could outsmart him. As a matter of fact, anybody up in that holler could outsmart him because he's not smart at all. If he was smart, he would have took a kinder, more caring approach to get any information he could to help him solve the case. But he's a hard-headed, stiff-nosed asshole that nobody wants to talk to or about, and therefore he is not going to ever solve that case, right? He's not. Absolutely not. And so it ain't hard to outsmart him. I mean, the damn guy done outsmarted himself, right? He's so dumb, he outsmarted himself. I mean, that's my opinion. That's, you know, and I talked to him, so I should know. Wisconsin mama with hair curlers. Wisconsin mama can't ask me nothing because she can't talk. She got a gag order. She ain't allowed to say nothing. She needs some honey and lemons. She's got to eat honey and lemon brownies now. No goody good for her. Wisconsin mama's got to stand over the stove and smell those onions cooking so she could get her voice back, right? I can say whatever I want about her. I can say whatever I want about Wisconsin mama right now. You know why? Because she can't defend herself. All right. She ain't got no voice. She lost her voice. She lost her voice when Jody Sue put a whammy on her. She's like, boom, take that voice, right? Jody Sue done put a whammy on her. Wisconsin mama better run to church. Get that off of her, right? You better run to church, girl. Oh, shoot. I never understood why Andy Bernard wasn't arrested. We all didn't understand that one. Your day will come, PG. Not today. Not today. Not today. Today's all yours. You keep talking to me like that, I'm going to wish tomorrow will be yours too. It's going to be your day every day. When it comes to Jody Sue. Her whammies, right? I'll be like, go get her, Jody Sue. I'm kidding, girl. Oh, shit. Anyway, yes, I will replay it again.
Strange story that no one knows. The day that Summer Wells went missing, my wife messaged Candace Wells on Facebook asking her if there's anything that they needed. Pretty common question. I'm not sure in that situation if there'd be such a thing as a common answer. But the response was a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. I found that odd. Second strange encounter that we had when Summer went missing, Don Wells had came down to my home. I wasn't there yet, but a few of the guys that I work with and my wife were there, and he spoke with them the very next day. And they tell me that his whole conversation was around her being in a better place, her being in a better place, her being in a better place. And they found that odd. Now, once again,
and that's what he told me too. He said, "Don't worry, sissy. She's in a much better place." Yeah, he told me that. And he also said that he had a dream that she was in this beautiful place. And he said, "Summer, where have you been?" And she said, "Just down the road." Well, just down the road where Candace was coming, a mile and a half. Candace was coming out of the woods, right? Dark, rainy, ass night with Donald sitting there waiting. So, and who's to say Donald wasn't out of the car? He could have, they both could have been back in there, and he had just, got to the car and inside before she did, right? As the person was approaching, that seen her coming out to get in the car. So they both could have been back in there. Absolutely.
don't know how we'd act in a situation. I'm just giving you some points, giving you some information that I have that no one else has. You can.
I just thought of something though. Maybe the person did go and report it, right? Maybe whoever seen that went and reported it. and law enforcement indeed did go back there and found Candace took a shit. Right? They maybe that's why they're so angry. Maybe that's why that guy's so angry, because he had to do stuff like that. Right? It could be, could be a reason for the attitude.
Take that for what it's worth, make your own opinions, read into it, don't read into it, whatever. But these are things that we know because of being near the area from local law enforcement, things like that. Number 3 is 2 or 3 nights later on a rainy night, there's some country roads back through that way, and you can, there's a back road that you take that comes out there in Kingsport, and it's a traveled road, but it's not traveled a great deal. And Don and Candace were seen it's about a mile and a half from their house, pulled over on the side of the road, very, very, very country road. Don was behind the wheel. Candace was out, and she was coming out of the wooded area. Now, you had to use the bathroom. I think she probably could have waited to get home. Maybe not. But that was strange, that they were off in a secluded area, at dark, while it's raining, and Candace Wells was seen coming out of the woods about a mile and a half away from their home. Also, another strange thing was, you've seen pictures of how high, the mountain, the hill going up to their house or whatever. Now, at the bottom of the hill, there's like a field. Now, that field's always grown up. But about a week or less before Summer Wells went missing, Don Wells mowed that down. I mean, I say mowed, hacked it down, because it's about chest high with a mower. That's the first and only time that field has ever been mowed. That field sits at the base of that very hill that he come out and said that he feels like someone took her down that hill, and then it had to went through that field and off to wherever. Also, the Ranger, black, older model Ford Ranger that was seen in the area, we were told by law enforcement, we turned in that clue. We were told by law enforcement that was that truck was there. It was at the end of Ben Hill Road picking up an automotive part. Also, I was told by law enforcement that whether the scent, I've seen several places that say a dog picked up the scent and it ended. I've been told a fairly credible source that that was not the case. Also, when the FBI came and talked with people in the area, the two questions they wanted to know were, have you seen anything abnormal? Did you see anything abnormal that day or the ordinary? And number two was, what type of people were Candace and Don Wells? These are some strange things that we know from being close to the area where Summer Wells went missing. What do you think about these?
There you go. Yeah, the truck was cleared. Um, yeah, Ernie went for a ride, all right. And that's true. Life is good. I agree. That somebody should put cameras all over. They should put trail cams all over the place down there. I'm sure they'll find something. You would think that no one would have to tell law enforcement. You would think that, the first week or two they would have been, had agents following them around, right? Undercover officers actually staking the area out and following them, right? They just came out with a new statement. Um, as of a few days ago, or maybe it was today. I'm not for sure. I know they just came out with a new statement. Um, I was going to bring that out tomorrow night, but they just came out with a new statement that it's the same old same old. They got nothing. They have absolutely nothing. They just want to let you all know that they just wanted to update you and let you know that her case ain't running cold, that it's still an open investigation. Well, it could be open for 10 years it could be open for 10 years, right? It don't mean that anyone's doing anything. I mean, you have to actually work to solve a case. You have to actually work to get it done. And it don't sound like they're getting it done. Actually, don't sound like they're doing anything. Like I said, but but smacking another donut down and hoping somebody brings a new box soon. Yes, yes. Um, I think they should have handled it like Georgia. I think that they should have handled it, like Monkey's case, Michael Vaughn's case, for instance. Law enforcement didn't do a bad job with Michael Vaughn's case. Absolutely not, and they stayed on top of it. I mean, I do think they kind of dropped the ball by not treating it like a criminal investigation from the word jump, right? Which I think every absolutely every missing child should be treated like a criminal investigation from the beginning, right? Everything should be roped off until that child's found. Um, the home is a crime scene, right? And nothing's to be moved or disturbed or anything until you know law enforcement and the feds and everybody has time to come in and do what needs to be done to clear the parents, right? To clear the people in the house. And that's what I'm talking about. And, in Quentin's case, that's exactly what they did. They came in and they treated it like a crime scene. They, interrogated everybody. They, they said, we're going to start looking for him, all right, and we're going to start right here, where he came up missing, right? And that's the way every child's case should be treated. They shouldn't just assume the child wandered off. I mean, that is because, like, most of the time the child didn't wander off. Most of the time the child got took off because it was abused and murdered, right? Right there where it was. And all the evidence is there. And if you give these people time to, time to get rid of everything, all the evidence, the one little thing that could have proved what they had done, you've lost the whole case. And that happens very frequently, right? Very frequently it happens. Exactly. You are talking about mountain laws. And those places do make their own laws. And, if they stick close to their kin. Wow. Her niece did in Summer County. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you sure? You sure she did it? That sounds like something that needs to be investigated. Wow. Oh, okay. Here you go, Jackie. If you want to take the link and come up, you're more than welcome. I I can't see you, girl. All right, I'm bringing you up. I'm bringing you up, sweetie. If you want to close your camera, you can. There you go. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing. It's been a really rough day, and then here it's getting really bad. Hey, I can turn on the camera and show y'all guys. Like within an hour and a half time, the ice and the snow and the sleet and the rain. It is really bad outside. Yeah, I'm in Franklin, Kentucky, which is on the Tennessee line, but I am from Gallatin, Tennessee. I was born and raised there in Portland and Gallatin, uh,
Right.
Westmoreland, and my cousin about 2 weeks ago. They found her. She's been in a lot of trouble, and she just got out of the penitentiary in August. And my granny has been raising her kids, which she had five. She gave three up for adoption, and my granny took the other two. Well, she gets out, and my granny and them think that, she's going to start over and try to do right. They get her a camper to move into. Well, that wasn't enough. She gets back out there on the mess. Next thing we know, she's robbing people. She's stealing cars. She's got guns. So she gets caught.
Right.
Well, they put her back in Sumner County Jail, which is Gallatin. Gallatin, there's a lot of complaints about Sumner County Jail. And she's not the only one that has almost died in that jail or has died in that jail. This is my thing. How the hell was she hanging that long and nobody knew nothing? Don't you have to do a check ever so often?
Every 30 minutes. It's
It's the
mandatory.
point. There's no damn way. Her neck is broke. She is on life support right now. My granny told me this morning that they have to take it, they take it off of her for a few minutes and then they'll put it back on her. She cannot breathe on her own and she's barely got any brain functioning. Now, this is my dad's niece. She just got out of the pen doing 8 years and she was facing 10 plus what she just caught. So, needless to say, can we say Sumner County Jail released her? Of course they did. She's almost dead.
Um, what did she go in there for?
Well, she got caught. She was stealing vehicles and had guns on her, and she's a convicted felon already. You don't do that, She
Right.
was in trouble, I'm not going to condone nothing she was doing wrong because it was wrong. But
Right.
there's something up with Sumner County Jail. She's not the only one. That's my thing. She's not the only one. And anybody that is from Gallatin or Sumner County, they can tell you that. TBI is investigating right now. My cousin Mark, my dad's nephew, he did an interview with News Channel 5. And I'm not going to say which one, but he's been there for many a years. And they can't air it right now because TBI is investigating Sumner County Jail.
Mm.
They are in a lot of trouble because my cousin ain't the only one. How the hell?
That's
was
the
she
same. That's the same place that I called about the 12-year.
Probably. I'm gonna tell
It
y'all something.
was
There's a lot of racist people down there. Them cops.
their job. Yeah, they said
They're. Go ahead, baby.
They said go do our job. So But yeah, I personally spoke with them, and yeah, there's something definitely wrong there, right?
Yeah, and then I knew somebody back about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. He was in Sumner County, and he got pneumonia real bad, and he kept telling them, I can't breathe, and they didn't care. He about died. He
Right.
survived it. He's out now, but he went to the pen and everything. But see, that's what you get. It's a family member, so that's what you get. You play with fire, you get burnt. But my thing is, that don't mean you go in a jail facility and not live.
Well, you don't understand. A lot of law enforcement see oneself as holier than thou. They say, I'm an officer.
They
You
take
know,
advantage of their power.
I
They abuse it.
they say I'm
You try and find the right words.
no, um, I was trying to bring somebody else up on panel, and then they just
Oh, okay.
disappeared.
Oh,
Um,
crud.
anyway, they absolutely think that they're holier than thou, and they say, I'm law enforcement. I am, I am God fearing, law abiding citizen of this country.
Yep.
I go to
They take
school to
that oath.
become what I
Yeah.
became, and and did all this good stuff to
Yep.
uphold the law, and you're a lawbreaker, you're beneath me, you're scum of the earth, and
Yep.
and they have this and in all reality, they're using that badge to do a lot of dirt
They
themselves,
take
right?
advantage.
And
Yes.
they ain't
And
holier than thou.
well, in
They're
my
doing,
town,
I mean, you
here
know,
in Franklin, where I live now, um, that we had a lot of corrupted cops on our force. And let me tell you something. The CI come in and they cleaned house. None of them are cops that was on the force. There's only like one or two still. All of them are gone, and they cannot ever. They took their badges completely. They'll never be able to be cops. Nowhere. Yeah, I know a few prosecute. This town is dirty, dirty. Commonwealth ain't no better. Their laws, they make their own laws.
mhm.
Commonwealth makes their own laws. They do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. But my thing was the Summer case. That mom and daddy, the way he looked at her in that Dr. Phil show, like, if you say something, I swear to God. And this woman's terrified of him. I know I've been in an abusive relationship. I was married for 17 years to an abusive, narcissistic man. I know what it's like to live in dump trailers and do drug cartels. And look, I've lived my life. I'm 39 years old, and at 19 and 18, I was raised by a group home. I've lived my life. Now, I've been sober 10 years. I've been doing really well. I've got it back together. I'm not with him no more, of course. We've been apart that long. And ever since, life's gotten so much better. But ever since this with Summer's been going on, it bothers me. I follow all the groups with Summer, all of them. I'm in all of them on Facebook, and I seen this link on Facebook, so I pushed it on that, and it wouldn't let me comment or nothing, so I come and looked it up on YouTube because this mom and daddy knows something. I think that daddy and that mama are addicts, and I think that daddy might have been an abusing one of them, and that little girl. I don't know. This is just my opinion, but the way that woman looks, she's freaking terrified of his ass. She's terrified of him, and she's scared to say anything.
Oh, you're kidding.
Uh, you know, um, I am about where they're down there towards East Tennessee. So I'm on the Kentucky line. I'm about 3 hours from them. They're
Right.
closer to Knoxville. So I'm closer to Nashville. I'm 35 minutes from Nashville. So Gallatin is actually Sumner County right there. It's only about 20 minutes from Nashville. And that's the thing. It's all over in the systems, though. I don't care where you're at. It's everywhere. The corruption is real in the system. These law enforcements don't want to do their job. Let me tell you something. If that'd be a real damn cop and a real damn detective, that baby done been found. There's too many freaking clues that all of us on here are seeing. We putting it together. We can see it. It's right there. And none of them give 3 shits. None of them about this baby. Why couldn't they give her to me? I would have took care of her. I would have spoiled her and gave her a beautiful life. Took her to college. Put her in gymnastics. Walking around with her hair shaved. That made me sick. Because her head was full of lice. Then them live. Look, I'm not going to put nobody down for the way they live. But you can live better than that shit. If you can afford alcohol and you can afford this and that, you can afford a better place to live, okay? For one. For two, being raised by an alcoholic mom, and my ex-husband was an alcoholic and dope head, which is a meth addict. I was abused a lot. So, with that being said, that mama, Candace, she's scared to say anything. She's scared. Don knows something. Don knows something real well. And I hope that son of a bitch rots in hell.
I don't think Candace is very scared of
You don't
Donald.
think?
No, because if you're scared of a man, for instance,
Okay.
you know, I don't think that Donald, that Candace is scared of Donald due to the fact that she hit him hard enough to bust his eardrum. She used law enforcement and putting him in jail to get herself a vehicle, so she threatened him. Now, any woman that is in an abusive relationship, I lost you, girl.
Cut you off. Yeah, I accidentally pushed leave. I'm sorry. I was trying to dump my ashes from a cigarette.
I think that any woman I've got lots. I got like tons of girlfriends. Tons of girlfriends. And I absolutely know a couple of them that, and I try to tell them get out of it, to get away from it. I had one girlfriend, her husband beat and kicked her in the head so hard, she actually has blackouts now.
I know I have seizures.
And she still stayed with him. She still stayed with him. Had more kids by him.
You know what it's called? Manipulation. Narcissistic.
I could not understand it at all.
You know what? Love, baby. Love will make you do anything. I'm telling you.
I think she was intimidated. I think she really believed that he would, he would do away with her if she tried to leave.
Yep.
And to be honest with you,
been there.
She walked on eggs. She did not. I mean, this is a woman that was yes, honey, no, honey. I mean, if he said do something, she was getting to it. It didn't matter who's standing there. What I'm saying is, she was
Candace
living in real intimidation. She was living in real intimidation. And Candace, no.
Candace,
she's not. And I'll tell you something. She wouldn't even think of looking at making eye contact with another man, let alone going out, smiling with the arms around them, the way she was
Right,
doing with Benny Keys and doing
right,
with
right. I
Ernie.
agree.
There is absolutely no way
That's true.
Candace is afraid of Don Wells whatsoever.
That's true.
That's the
Well, I
truth.
think she needs to get her rotten butt away from him, and I do think she knows something. I do think that Don done something to that baby. I don't think
See,
something's
I think
happened.
just the opposite. I think just the opposite. I think Candace is the one that did
You
something
think
to that
so?
baby. And that's what I think absolutely.
You think she whooped her and hurt her,
I
and he
I
had to get rid of the body because they were scared?
I am not
I thought
sure.
that.
I am not sure what
Because did you see how she
happened.
talked to? Have y'all watched the Dr. Phil? I have. Did you see whenever they took her in for their interview and she was showing around the house? She told the boys before they even walked in with the camera, you could hear, her, "Get up right now." And then she's like, "Boys, get up." All nice. You've got to watch it. I posted it in the group, a Summer Wells Spanish in Tennessee. Like, it's crazy. All you got to do is look it up on Facebook. Dr. Phil, Don, and Candace. It's on there. Several interviews. And they had two investigators talking about it.
The
And they
boys
said
were
that
the
she's
boys
very
were
guilty.
the boys were already gone when
So
the
where
boys
would they gone to? That's my
the
thing.
boys were already taken by Child Protective Services when Dr. Phil stepped into everything. So they
Oh,
wouldn't have been
okay.
there
I
when they
get
were
what you're saying.
filming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
she may have
she
been.
told that little boy to get up. You can watch the video. I'll send it to you if I can. She told that little boy to get up. She said, "Get up." He was watching TV. She said he's always over there watching TV. That's all they do. And then they walked around, and then their bedroom. She showed their bedroom, and it was a basement, and like you had to crawl.
Are you think no? Because when Chris went up there, the boys weren't there either.
This
So
video
I
she
don't know
took
what
the
video
people.
that would have been because
We posted it. You got to watch it. It's in the group I was in. I just posted it. It's on my Facebook actually. Uh, it's crazy. But there's others that's probably seen it on here. If you're on Facebook in any groups that
right.
is about summer, I'm serious. It was crazy. The cubby hole that you had to crawl down to get to their room, and Candace and Don's room was right beside Summer's, and Summer had an extra door to the outside. And Candace said, "Well, sometimes she used to come out here and sit. Like, why would she be going outside by herself at damn nighttime? Anytime like that, period. She's not old enough to be going out there like that. Not without y'all knowing."
No, they said sometimes the boys would come in and leave her out there, and that's where they find her sitting. That sometimes she'd
That's
be
not what
sitting.
she said in that video. She said Summer liked
Oh,
to go out there and sit on the porch.
Candace changed up her story
Hey,
many times.
yeah, like several times. That's the point. And y'all ought to seen how she got down to her room. That was so crazy. It was like, do you know what a cellar looks like? It's,
Yeah, I seen it.
Lord forgive me.
I seen
But
it.
you had to turn all the way around to get down. Like, what the hell? Like you're walking in a hole or
It
something.
was like going down a ladder. You
Yeah,
couldn't. You had to go down backwards because the
Lord
reason you had to go
forgive
back
me.
down backwards was due to the fact that you couldn't stand up under the cabinet. You couldn't stand up enough to go down forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what she told Dr. Phil's people. She's like, well, whoever the dude was, he's a private investigator. She told him, she's like, if my 6 foot husband can get down here, you can get down here.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I love that part.
Hey, that was funny, wasn't it? That was really funny. Like, yeah, I
he's
bet
like,
he can.
he's like, can't we go out and go in the other way? And she's like, why?
Because there
Right?
was a door. Right. There was a door in Summer's room. So why
Yeah.
didn't they go outside and go through Summer's room? Didn't
Candace.
make no sense. So that tells you she didn't have no sense. I don't know. I just think it's more of, like you said, it could have been Candace. I've thought that. Because she keeps changing her stories, and Don is taking up for Candace
He is.
because he knows the truth.
I don't think he did at first, but I think that she had to come clean, and
And it's killing her right now. It's
and
killing
him
her to hold it in.
him and Grandis, and it ain't hurting Candace at all.
She's a piece of shit. Sorry for my language, you guys.
She is.
I like all of y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to
They were
be in
going to
here.
the fair, and I said, "Hey, that's great. Take a bunch of flyers, look for your daughter, hand them out. I mean, there's
Yeah,
tons
like
of
this is,
cars there. I
and they
would
were
be there
giving all that
every
money,
day, right? I would be
all that
there at the
money.
gate handing out flyers
Yeah,
and having
please.
people inside looking for my daughter, right?
This is my thing. How many, like, what is the percentage of your child getting abducted out of her bed in your home and your room is right beside her room? How did
And
you not hear that door open?
it was
Like
broad.
Dr. Phil Nip said,
It was broad daylight.
exactly. Bullshit. Said she come in there and asked the boys where she was, and then said the boys told her, well, I don't know. She's like, well, y'all need to help me try to find her. Said she went in the other room looking. She wasn't in there. Girl, quit lying. You didn't look for a baby. You beat that baby. I'm with you there too. And Don's covering up for her. Something's not right.
I think Don and Grandis. I think Don and Grandis knew Talon wasn't going to bring back Summer. It was just going to make make
You know why the
them.
cops
But they ended
was
up losing everything anyway, right?
yeah,
And
Wisconsin
I
mom.
really do think Don regretted not telling
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he didn't know it was going to end up like it did, right?
He didn't think it was going to go out like it did. He thought
No,
everything was going to be smooth.
and I don't think he
Wisconsin
thought that
mama.
they would lose the boys and
So why didn't
Grandis
the
and
cops look for fingerprints on the door? You know why? Because they're not doing their job.
right.
That's what we were talking about. These cops today, you guys, they're not under oath like they used to be. And they're not taking their job seriously like they should. And that sheriff and detective that is over Summer's case gives three craps, really, about that baby and what's going on
Hey, Cricket Arrow, your Chillbilly was in here tonight.
with her. But I mean, you're right. You're right. It could have been very well. It's one of the two. One of the two did something. One of the two knows something about the other one. It stands between Don and Candace. Don's holding the secrets, and Candace is the one that had done it. She snapped. That's why she can't handle it. She's breaking down because it's eating her conscience alive.
Right, that's
I
true.
hope she never sleeps at night. I hope she can't eat. I hope every time she goes to do something, use the bathroom, anything she remembers, my baby will never be able to do this.
Hmm.
I did something to hurt my baby, and it's all my fault. And Candace, if you ever hear this and you watch this, because I know you're out and I know you do listen, I hope you pay dearly. I hope Don pays dearly for everything y'all two have did to your children. Your children are your precious joy. They are part of y'all. And y'all done nothing but abused and used and took money. Y'all used them babies and lived in a shack. Whenever you could have been living in something nice, at least something decent. Instead, y'all chose to live like that and be addicts. So, with that being said, how about y'all tell us where baby Summer is so we can have a little thing for her and that baby can get justice and she can
Amen.
finally rest. I
Amen.
will light a candle for her. Let's give that baby what she deserves. She did not deserve to be hurt. She did not deserve this. And Candace and Don, I hope you both burn in hell. You reap what you sow. And excuse my
Right.
language, but
And
sad.
Donald wrote his letter. He wrote his letter, to whoever did what they did to his daughter, and how he hopes that they pay, right? That they pay for everything they did. Um well, that's him saying Candace, I hope you pay for everything you did, bitch. Right?
Hey, I hope they both burn in hell. I mean, a baby's innocent. That's like an animal abuser. I can't stand it. I'm an animal lover. I'm a baby lover. I attract kids. I attract animals. I'm fun loving. And how? How dare you? Do you know how many people out here would love to have a child and can't? Give that baby to somebody that would love to have her.
Um, Child Protective Services.
They
Child,
waited too late.
Child Protective Services. Nothing had changed. From the first time they was there
No,
to
they
when they
don't,
took the
Linda.
boys. Nothing had changed. I mean,
Mm-mm.
for everything they took the boys at the end was going on long before. What I'm saying is them children should have been removed. They
A
dropped the
long time
ball.
ago, long before this
They
ever happened.
dropped
You
the
damn
ball
right.
on those kids. But what people don't understand is I have seen it many times over again,
Head lice, them babies eat
and
up.
and I personally know people that work in child
Yep.
protective services. I personally know them, and I'm going to tell you, caseworkers sit at the table and smoke and laugh and talk just like anybody else does, right?
My mom and them used to do it. My granny and them.
And
Back in,
and my point being is they do not want to remove kids like the Wells kids because it it's hard to place. It's You don't have a
it's
bunch of
hard to find
families.
foster parents
You don't
anymore.
have a lot of families out there willing to
Nope.
take children in, and
They actually, you're right. They
there's no
actually
longer
are
orphanages.
advertising foster parents.
There's
They're advertising it.
Yes, there's no
Yeah, you're right.
orphanages anymore.
Yeah,
There's no big buildings
I had
with
one.
people taking care of 50 kids at a time.
I was in
Um,
one.
that's
I
the
was in one.
past.
Potter's Children's Home in Bowling Green, Kentucky. They helped raise me. And my mom, my real mom, she's my mom, but my foster mom is my mom. She's an amazing woman. She took on her two boys plus 8 of us foster kids plus 2 exchange students from Albania.
Wow.
And she was there for me while I suffered and went through what I did with the griefs and the losses that I had dealt with my grandparents. My grandma burned up in '94 in a house fire on Christmas Eve. So it, it messed with me growing up, and I refused to listen to my mom because she stayed in jail and drunk all the time. So I went wild, you know. So they put me in an orphanage. It was an orphanage, Potter's Orphanage. It is now called Potter's Children's Home, and now they've turned it into a foster care unit. But
Right.
it did not used to get funded by the state. Used to be funded by Church of Christ. That's who sponsored Potter's is Church of Christ. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's the best thing ever happened to me in my life. Ever. That was God sent.
Amen.
And and if you don't want a child, don't abuse them. Take them. Look, I can't handle it. You know, I would respect you more than do you hurt your damn child, kill it, and then take it and bury it or do whatever you did with it, and then just go on with your damn life like nothing's ever happened. I
Well,
hope you
Candace did, and she
suffer.
did it, and she did it. I
Yes,
mean, in
ma'am.
my opinion, I don't think she buried it, but in my opinion, I think Candace, whatever happened, she has full knowledge of whatever went down June the 15th on her
She knows
watch,
something. She knows
and
something.
I 100% truly believe that you know that she has you know Candace. People have to understand what type of person she is. Like she told me, no, 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 sissy. It's not about her. It's not about her when they wanted to go to the fair. I mean, you know, she did not like summer. I mean, people need to understand. This woman did not like her own daughter.
She had a disattachment to Summer.
She did not like her daughter.
She didn't want Summer. In other words,
she was very abusive to her daughter. There was
I believe
many
that.
people came out and said
I
that
believe
they actually saw Candace abuse them children on many occasions. And this is not one person, this is many people, especially Summer.
You know who does that? Who does that? Sick individuals, and I hope they rot in hell. There's a special place for them.
So,
Poor little
Candace was
Summer.
not a nice person, and and
Poor
she
Summer.
hit some people. Like I
It
said,
hurts
she
my
hit
heart,
Don
'cause
hard
that
enough to
baby-
bust his eardrum. You are not going to hit a man that hard if you're scared of him, if he's abusing you and all of that.
Right?
You ain't going to hit him.
No,
You
because you're
you
going to
ain't
be
going to
sitting
do
there crying,
you ain't
covering
going
your
to
face.
do nothing.
You're going to be sitting there crying, covering your face, because I've been there and done that.
Absolutely.
You're going to be covering your head. You're going to be protecting your face from getting hit. I've been there, done that. I was 7, 8 months pregnant
And
wearing
that's
black eyes.
exactly, Deputy Sheriff. She had a little boy that was abused as well, and
See?
will never be living a normal life.
It's almost like, you guys, there's something wrong with her. It's almost like she's not all upstairs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like that, but
Well, Don made
and there's a lot of racist and bad. crap
Donald
that
made an
goes on down
accusation about when Dudley was up there. And he said that Candace said that Dudley was, she didn't like the way that Dudley was looking at Summer.
How do we know, you guys, that she didn't give Summer to somebody?
The thing is Candace didn't like the fact that Dudley laughed and thought Summer was cute. A little kid,
Oh, wow.
a cute little kid. He laughed and thought she's cute. Candace was mad because Dudley was focusing his attention on the children and not on her. Not
Sick
on
bastard.
her.
So her mind was going to another
It was
direction.
Candace's mind. Candace
Wow. That's what I'm
wanted
saying.
Dudley to flirt with her.
Oh my! So she was taking it like he was flirting with
Summer,
with the baby. Who thinks like that, y'all? Who thinks like that?
Well, he didn't. She did.
Exactly. Who thinks like that?
That's in her mind, and indeed that showed that she was jealous of her own daughter.
She did something to that baby.
She was absolutely jealous of her own daughter.
That sick bitch. Surely not.
Candace had no idea. She had no idea the gift that God had gave her in that little girl. She had no idea how.
And you know what? She was so beautiful and smart.
She was so beautiful that Jody Sue across the road was ate up with envy over Candace having Summer.
I wish
Jody Sue couldn't stand the very day Summer came home and was a little girl. It intimidated Jody Sue. Candace, didn't understand that, yes, Summer was a beautiful child and a child that she should have been protecting and very damn proud to have, right?
Yeah.
She should have been, Candace could have been strutting like a peacock with a daughter that beautiful, but she didn't have enough brains.
Yeah, you know what? Baby could have been in little beauty pageants.
That beautiful child, right?
Yes, like the memories.
She was too stupid to realize
obviously
what she had.
Who thinks like that about their who gets jealous of a 5-year-old child?
Because a real mother wants her
would be
to be
protecting
beautiful.
her.
You want your daughters to be beautiful.
Hell,
you want
them
to be
3 beautiful ones.
You
3
absolutely
grown ones.
want them to be. You want your daughters to be more beautiful than you, right? You want them to be.
What you just said.
You want your children to be gorgeous. You want them to be. You want your children to be smarter, more educated, more beautiful.
Yes,
you want
do
everything
better
for your kids, right?
Everything
you want them to
better.
have everything better than
that
you did.
never done. Amen.
Absolutely.
I tell them that, sister. I just told my daughter that this morning, and let me tell you something. My daughters, 2 of them, are grown now. One of them will be 21 in May, and the other one will be 19 in April. And my oldest one is in the Army, and she's been in there 3 years, and then she's also Works 2 different jobs. She's the manager at Sonic, and then she also works at Hibbett Sports, which is where they sell tennis shoes and stuff. So I told her, I said, let me tell you something, because I quit my senior year credit and I have to go because I got pregnant with Alexa. As soon as I left that children's home at foster home and went home to my mom, I tell
I
you
love you
what,
too, Sherry. Good night. Good night,
3
Sherry.
months later, it was over. I was having Alexis. So I was like, this is right when 9/11 happened. I found out on 9/11. So in December, by then I was so sick and just didn't want to get up out of bed and lazy. I didn't want to go nowhere because I was just sick. I quit school. So I told my girls, I said, let me tell you something. That's the thing. I want y'all to be better than me. That's the whole point. They're like, well, I'll never be like you. Well, that's the thing. I want you to be better than me. You learn from my mistakes. My daughter joined the Army. I wanted to go to the Air Force. My daughter joined the Army. And my middle one, she works all the time. So all she does is work, and she's got the biggest heart in the world. And then my baby, she's 17. So, I mean, they're about grown on me. So,
Amen.
and 2 of them has graduated, okay? So with that being said, hey, I still got what I wanted. And that's what I told them. It don't matter. I got what I
Absolutely.
wanted. Y'all graduated. Right?
You want your kids to be educated. Absolutely.
Amen. You want them to go further than you ever went. You want the best for them. You pray that God gives them. And my kids do not understand that.
Well, you don't understand, you
It's
don't
been a hard day
understand that,
today. It's been a hard one.
a lot of people don't realize, they don't think about at some point you're not going to be there to take care of your children hand and foot all the time. You got to raise your kids to be self-efficient. You got to raise them to
Yep, independent.
take care of them,
Yep, yep.
because at some point they're going to have to do that anyway, and you want them to know how to do it now.
No kids yet. No babies yet.
No parent can die easy. No parent can die easy if they're worried about needing to be there for people, right?
Yep.
You have to teach your kids
Life
to
is
be
too
there
short.
for them, right?
Yep.
When your kids are very self-efficient and able to take 100% care of themselves, then
Why not?
if the Lord
Independence.
calls on you, you can die easy because that they're going to be okay, right? They're going to be just fine.
Amen.
They can take
Amen.
care of themselves.
Amen. Because you gave them the skills, the
Amen.
tools.
Exactly.
And I learned that in that children's home. Now, when I was younger, I had their mentality. So, what nothing nobody was telling me was, mattered to me. But let me tell you, when I went to that Potter's Children, it used to be an orphanage. It's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Y'all could look it up. But it's amazing because when I come out, my whole view was different. But then, like you said, when you love somebody, you get really deep into it and then you'll let anything go. You'll do anything. Abuse is a motherfucker. You know how many times I've hid with my face down so my face did not get hit from all them blows I took to the head. I'm epileptic today. I have them very badly. I take 3,000 milligrams of Keppra a day. I keep headaches. The whole left side of my body is the muscle is deteriorating. They found a spot on my left lung. Going through a lot right now. So, abuse is a motherfucker, and I do think that abuse is a case up in this. And I think that mother knows something. I think that father knows something. And I know that ain't how you treat your children. You're supposed to love them and teach them, like you said, give them the proper tools, help them to be independent. You show them the
And
proper way.
Child Protective Services did
Just
not
ignored it like it wasn't shit.
Child Protective Services didn't take those kids because
they're pieces of shit.
Because people, it's hard to get them into a foster home. It's very hard to get kids into
Hmm.
a foster home
They are
that
advertising
that
it
have all
literally on the
kinds
side of
of,
the road.
issues, because people don't want all of that stuff brought into their house, right?
Right.
And everyone having to get
Because it's a
medication.
lot to take on, whenever, look,
Right.
yeah, because I had issues, I've got bipolar and I've got PTSD, so it required medicines and stuff and therapists and plus got MS, so I had to deal with a lot growing up. I've had back surgery. My foster mom was there for me, but not was she just there for me. She was there for 7 other kids, plus the 2 exchange students and her 2 sons. She
I'm
was an
gonna
angel sent.
I'm gonna tell you something. I absolutely witnessed a mother that had her kids' stuff packed up, waiting on the caseworker to pull up, and was
Mm-mm-mm.
going to give them to her to take away because they were coming to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, if you want them, you just take them. You're not coming in my effing house. You want? Is this what you want? Take it. They did
Wow.
not take those kids. The caseworker went back, got in the car, and got the fuck out of there. And actually, the person laughed.
Wow.
They
Who
said
does
that
that? I
that's all
mean,
you have to do to get them to go, because they don't want kids.
that's sad.
Like
You
she
know,
said, her kids. And
and especially when they're older down here or up here. I don't know. I'm in the middle pretty much of the United States. Like, I don't
right.
know. All right, I'm in Kentucky, but I'm on the line of Kentucky and
Well,
Tennessee.
this particular person, her son,
Hmm.
her 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 son was like, he would start fires, and
Oh, and
um he
was he a
actually
pyromaniac?
he actually got a hold of a gun one time and
Oh my.
was seeking to shoot some other children.
Oh
um
my.
it was really bizarre. This kid
Hmm.
was really
Out there.
not a good kid. I
Yeah.
mean, you couldn't trust him to be
I've met a
around any
few.
other children and stuff.
Yeah, I've met a
And
few.
there's just no way
Mhm.
they were going to take that child.
I went to
Absolutely
school
not.
with the boy in Portland, Tennessee. His name was Eric Peterson. He got mad at his sister and he cut her head. He decapitated her because she was standing in front of his TV while he was playing a video game. Now, that was in Portland. His name
Wow.
was Eric Peterson and her name was Little Rachel. She wasn't 5 years old, 6 years old. She's a little bitty thing, pretty, long brown hair. Eric wasn't right. And we always knew Eric wasn't right. So we never did, you know, mess with him in a bad way or try to aggravate him or nothing. We always
Right.
tried to be, because he was that kind of,
Nice to him, kind to him.
yeah, we didn't want to make him mad.
Wake up
And
with no
next
hair.
thing we know, we're hearing it on the news. Yeah, it comes on News Channel 5, like I was telling y'all. And Leland Statham, they're all still there, too. That's what's crazy, because they were there when I was a kid. Leland Statham, Nick Barris, all of them. They covered the story. So did Channel 2 and Channel 4. Yes, it was crazy. Eric cut his sister's head off because she stood in front of his video game. That boy was not right. And see, when we were kids, I told you my mama was an alcoholic. So she used to hang out with his daddy and they all get drunk and stuff. So Eric was always there, and like I told you, I never did try to make that boy mad. I tried to stay out his way. You know, I stay to myself anyways. I'm a loner. The less people you got around you, the less trouble you got. You ain't got to worry about he say, she say. Cause I'm gonna say fuck 'em all, and I'm gonna stay right here in my little hut. And I wish to
Mhm.
God that we could get Governor Bill Lee to listen to us and let us help find this baby. I think us on the internet can do better work than any of the damn TBI down there, motherfuckers.
In all truth, I think that we could have found her a lot
Yeah,
faster.
a lot faster. All they got to do is
And
turn
I
us
think if
loose.
they would have turned everyone loose the way they
Yeah. Uh huh.
turned them loose on the other little girl's case down
Yep.
there,
Yep.
Summer would have been found.
Oh, you talking about little baby Evelyn?
I know. I'm talking about
But
Um,
Evelyn Boswell, the little baby that
no, it's the little girl that the uncle took from school. There was a little girl in Tennessee that an uncle took from school. She was found on the sheriff's brother's property.
when I haven't
Um,
heard this one.
yeah, that
We're
was
at in Tennessee. See if
that
it's
was
so far down they won't cover it.
it's the same area as Summer Wells. It was right there in Hawkins County.
What the hell?
Yeah.
How do we know there's not a serial killer loose?
And well, no, it was her uncle. The uncle had custody of her for a while, and the
Mm.
dad had got it back, full custody back. But the uncle went and picked her up from school
Mm.
and disappeared with her after going to a Walmart store. Um,
Hold
he
up,
was
I think I
he was
do
sick.
remember that. I
He
do
was
remember that.
he was sick.
The little girl, a little older,
At the time, she was about a little bit older than Summer.
about 7, 8.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, had a hair bow in her hair. Because they had
Mm,
video footage of them walking in Walmart.
I'm not sure.
See,
They did
that's
have video
down
footage
there.
in Walmart's. Yes,
Summer's down
it
there.
was. It was
Franklin,
Carly.
Tennessee
Yeah,
and
it's a
stuff.
Carly Trent. Exactly. I appreciate that, BB.
See, I don't
Um,
know. I never heard that name now.
yeah, it was little
I need to
Carly
look that
Trent.
up, you guys. I haven't heard that name yet.
So
Summer,
yeah,
though, they've not really been talking about Summer in a long time on the news or
they're
nothing. Like
they're they're
every now and then they'll pop in.
they just did an update letting us know they know nothing. Right?
When have they not known nothing? That's their problem. If they put somebody on there that knows what the hell they're doing, we done found this out. Let us on here go find out. I guarantee you turn about 10 of us loose. Give us computer information. All you got to do is direct me. Direct me. And I'm on it. Because this baby needs to be damn found. And obviously, y'all don't give a shit because the baby ain't found yet. All this land should be scrounged through, but I don't think the baby's on that land. I think it's somewhere else. And I believe if they put pressure on this mom and daddy, the truth will come out.
Right. There's a lot. I mean, like 1% of children actually get abducted from strangers. Like 99.9% of the time, it's right there.
Family member,
It's right
ain't that?
there. It's either it's someone right there in that house.
And
Mom,
hurting them,
dad,
touching them, anything. Yes, the
grandpa,
abuse. Yeah,
boyfriend.
been there,
Somebody right there in that house.
been
That's
there,
right
been
there.
there. Family member. And you know what?
Exactly.
It's usually the ones closest to you, like you just said. You damn right. And but you know why I know that? Because I went through it. Like I told you, I had a hard life. And man, yeah, you're exactly right. Right there
Hmm.
in that home. Let us loose. But they ain't gonna let us loose because then that means we done their job.
Oh yeah.
They don't look good. They don't look good if we do their job.
Well,
I even got a friend that he has a canine dog that is for missing and exploited children. And that's all that dog does. Okay. And he offered to go down there to help them. And they told Jeremy no, they did not need no help. His name's Jeremy Briscoe. He works on the ambulance department up here. But he's got a canine dog named Nubis. And he is certified. Nubis is certified. So Jeremy got him passed and everything. They've done the testing, and he's offered to go down there for free, for nothing. And they turned him away. I think somebody knows something's going on, and something needs to be done. And they let all us loose, let all the child molesters, and the heroin dealers and fentanyl dealers, all these dealers out here selling all this bad stuff. Get all them off the streets. You know, be worried about a
Well,
child abductor.
I wish they would get all the, you know, um,
Sex offenders, that makes me sick.
out of exactly. I wish they would get all the you know,
I didn't
RSOs
want to say it like that, but I
out of,
mean it.
out of this world. But
Child molest. I ain't gonna say what I would do because if I'm just the type, you look me in my eyes, you done me wrong, and you took my innocence from me. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get the last say, and that's how I look at that. But at the end of the day, God is gonna make sure I get the last say because God's gonna have the last say. And my brother's dad touched me when I was a little girl, and guess what? He died in jail doing weekends. You know why? For touching his great niece. He got weekends, 10 weekends. He went in there messed up. Oxycontin, I think it's what they were called. Something like something like that. I think it was Oxycontin. But he died. That's been about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And that was the best revenge you could have ever got. You know what I mean? Like, I was at peace because he couldn't hurt another child. Finally, I could rest too.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? That's sick. How can you touch or hurt a fucking child? There's a special
I
place in
don't
hell for you.
I you can't climb. You can't. Many people have tried. Many people have tried to venture into the rim of that type of evilness, only to find out that they cannot ever understand it. Right? They won't ever be able to understand it due to the fact that if you could understand, if you understand it, you have to be one of them. That's what
And
I'm
you,
saying.
somebody just said it's time to bring the parents in for question. And again, Christine, you know what? I think that'd be a good idea. Let's see what Candace's story is now, because, like you said earlier, her story has changed so many times. Yeah, let's bring her in and see what it says this time. The truth will eventually come out. The truth will prevail, and the truth shall set you free. I hope both of them rot in hell. And if they don't get to do that, I hope they rot behind them jail cells. I hope they rot in prison. And after they get there, I'm going to tell you something. In Tennessee, in prisons are rough. They don't care for child molesters, and they don't care for child beaters. So y'all already know, put your mind to what's going to happen. I'm serious. Elder, people will hurt elders. They do not like that down there. Tennessee, y'all, it's backwoods, but I'm from down there. I can't say nothing. It's just, I don't agree with the racism, and there's a lot of, and the KKK, it's really alive. It's alive. And it's down there by where Summer's from. The KKK is very, 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 very much alive. Don't y'all ever think it ain't.
When
And
when you're a child, when you are a
how
child
do we know, though, that they didn't owe somebody money and
a
somebody
child like
come and took them?
Summer, a child like Summer being abused, she has no control over her abusers because they're
Ain't that
adults. They're bigger than she is. They're adults. But when we become adults, when we become adults, um, at that point we should have no more abusers. We should have no more abusers because at that point they should be scared of us, right?
Well, you would
They should
think
be
so,
scared of
baby.
us because there is nothing an abuser could do to you that you cannot do back to them and
And
even
you
worse.
you know what? And you're right. Eventually, you can get it back. Like, you can get something back on them, and just let God work. It's going to happen, and the truth will prevail. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. It's just sad. Because the more time we wait, the less time we got, you know what I'm saying, to get the evidence to see. Because if anything has happened to her like that, the longer it's taken them, the less it's going to be there. It's just, and down there right now, y'all, it's frozen, just like it is right here, because they're about 3 hours from me. So they're going to get what we're getting right now.
All right.
We're getting. So that more into the ground. Where do y'all think little Summer is? Where's y'all's opinions? What do y'all think that Mommy and Pappy did? Where would she be? Like, I can't sleep knowing this baby's body's out here somewhere. While they resting their heads, all snugged up and living their life like nothing ever happened. I mean, you're a special kind of stupid to hurt a child like that. A sick individual.
Well, you're also a certain kind of stupid to come out and play a bunch of sick games when your child's missing. As as if you don't give a fuck. And that's exactly what the Wells have done, right? But not only the Wells, it's like
there's been other ones, there's been other ones that's done that.
It's like
too.
That whole place up there likes to play games.
I'm telling y'all, Tennessee is so corrupted. Like, I swear, if you're not from down there, then you would, y'all, it's backwoods. Like, it's small little counties, and then they all got one little district. It's a volunteer state. See, I'm in Commonwealth, which is Kentucky. So, my state makes their own damn laws, and let me tell you something, they'll fire you up, and they would be on this. They would take this very seriously. I will give Kentucky that, but they tried to look good for all the wrong reasons. Kentucky does. They try to make it look good for the TV. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Tennessee needs to get their shit together, and Governor Bill Lee needs to get his shit together, and they need to get a good searching team, just like they did that little Kylie Rodney girl. They found her. Adventures with her.
Donald came out of those woods so fast that Candace had to wait for him to back up to pick her up, right?
See, yeah. I'm telling y'all, they really from the backwoods too. But my biggest thing is, how could they do that? That's their own flesh and freaking blood. She was jealous of her child. How could you be? You gave birth to that baby. You brought that child in this world. If you did not want her, why'd you have her? Somebody else could have had her. Somebody else could have been living a good life with her and giving her a good life. You're wrong.
Well, what you don't understand is when people have children, when a person has a child, even though they don't want it, they don't want anyone else to have it as either,
It's a lifetime commitment, though, and you don't want a child to get fixed. I got 3, and if you don't want a child, you either don't have sex or have protected sex, or get fixed. Solves the damn problem.
When you should have a child. You should have a child when you want a child, and for no other reason.
That's
for no other reason. You don't have kids because you just don't have kids because
what I taught my kids too.
You want to entrap someone,
yes,
or you got some other.
You have them when you're ready
reasons.
To set down. Yes, whenever you're ready to start a family and start a life, and you're ready to go. You've got your stuff together. You've got set. You've met the man of your dreams. You're married. Married.
There's most people want children.
Yeah.
Most people, I mean, when you're a child, you love baby dolls and stuff. You love all the kids around you, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and your younger siblings, or anytime somebody brings a child, a cousin, niece, nephew, or neighbor brings kids around, you're real nice to the kids. You're good to them because you love children, right? You treat
Yep.
kids with the utmost respect. And as you enter into adulthood, you always think of having your own family like that. You always think of having your own kids. And when you finally, finally find out you're pregnant and you're having that baby, you're like ecstatic, right? I mean, it's the baby you want, nothing else. You just want the baby, you want your child. And that's the way it should be.
Hey,
It's
you guys. Yeah, that Blue Eyes Webster. Hey, that's crazy because my name on my other YouTube channel is Blue Eye Beauty, but Blue Eye Webster. My mama's name is Nancy Webster. But she said it's alive in Alabama and Mississippi too. You're darn all right. We're in the South, honey. And the KKK and all that mess. See, I thought about wonder if they owed the drug man money. Wonder if they owed the drug man money. We never know. Like it's the what ifs. That's what bothers me. Cause I want to know. This is horrible. How could you do this to a baby?
Deputy Sheriff. I told my kid one day he'll have kids of his own. And he said, "Don't worry, so will I."
Ha 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 ha
That
ha
is
ha
hilarious.
ha. Hey, who is scared?
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
it's because I'm scared my son will hurt him or worse. Somebody is going through abuse. Am I just reading this wrong, you guys? If you're in abuse, get out of it. Don't stay in it. Yes, it's alive. Yorkshire Rose. Yes, it's alive. When I was in Walmart a few years ago, they came in a group. Being English, I almost wet myself. You're doggone right they are. I'm telling y'all. And they're so rude. They're so rude. And you know what? Another thing, what you'd never know, most of the law enforcement and stuff is the ones in those outfits. They're the ones in them clans. I'm telling you.
Um,
I'm telling you.
to be honest, I don't think there's anybody in those outfits anymore. That went out with history.
Shit. In Tennessee they are. In Tennessee
I
they
don't
are.
think so.
Yeah, they done went down to the
They
Nashville.
call they now they don't. The only people going up in woods right now and doing
They
crazy
ain't
stuff
really
are
meaning
cults.
nothing. It's nothing like it used to be. That
It's a
it's
cult,
not like it used to be.
but you know,
But they are doing it. They
um,
think that they're going to keep on getting away with this crap. Like you don't, you know how they're doing these marches and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I understand on some things that they need to, but um, this right here with Summer, it should have done been solved. This
well,
is something that should have done been done.
and
You
it
know,
should have been solved. I totally agree. I totally agree.
this is
And
sad.
after
And like you
speaking with
said, this
law
is what
enforcement, I'm kind of
18
worried.
months. Didn't you say 18 months she's
18
been
months,
gone?
absolutely.
That poor baby. Well, may you rest in peace, little Summer, if that's where you are. If you're out there, I hope one day we all get to find you or see you and see how beautiful your little face was. Uh,
Yeah, I believe that, Yorkshire. A great uncle. Yes, I'm a history buff, and the one thing I do that I do, and I do very well, is research when it comes to history. And as far as that kind of stuff right there, um, no, it went out a long time ago. Now all you got is you do still have a few people, a few, but they go by other terms, right? They
Yep.
don't wear robes and hats and get out in the woods.
They
That's
don't
crazy.
do. They
Now
don't
they
do like back in
now
the
they meet
old
up.
days.
Now they're like a lot of them are
No, now
into
they're pussies. Now
into
they're pussies.
a
They're
lot of them.
pussies. They're wimps.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't
They're not
say
like
that at
the
all.
older school though. The older school didn't care.
I wouldn't
You
say
know.
that at all. But what I'm saying is they meet up at bars, they meet up at party places and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
don't they don't dress like that anymore. I mean, they look just everyday normal people, right? Um, but
Now Aryan Nation.
now when you find these people today, these kind of people, these kind of people, I'm going to tell you something about these people. They don't just hate. They don't just hate on one specific race.
No, they
They
hate
hate. They hate
Jews.
on all
They
of
hate
them.
Jews.
And
Yes.
so
Yep.
you they're some people are
Assholes.
small minded,
Idiots.
right?
Yep.
They're small
They're
minded,
idiots.
but it, I go with like they say in the Bible, as for me and mine, at my house we shall follow the Lord, right?
Yep.
Um so
And
and
another thing,
and
they be
and and in
preaching the
my house
Bible.
there is only one race, and that's called the human race.
Amen.
Everyone in this world, we're all humans. We're all humans. We all deal with the same thing.
And we all
You
deserve respect, and we
and
all deserve a chance.
and we yeah, exactly, and and we are united as one.
Yep.
We every last one of us have equal rights and equal
Yep.
opportunities.
And our problem
No
is
one's
we have
better than
divided
anyone
each
else
other.
anymore.
Nope. Nope.
I mean,
And we
it's just
are pushing and dividing each other up, and it shouldn't be like that.
I'm not pushing dividing nobody up. I got friends of every nationality, and I love them
Oh,
all.
I'm married now to a black man, so I mean, I've moved on with my life at petty crap. But I've got uncles that are in Aryan Nation, and let me tell you, this is messed up. But my husband still has not met them, and it's been almost 10 years. Like I told y'all, I've been with him 8.5, 9. So my uncles and them have never met him because they're in Aryan Nation. So with that being said, which I just don't want no disrespect, and ain't nobody gonna disrespect him. He served 25 years for all our freedom here. He's a good man, and a man's color does not define who he is.
Absolutely
It's how
not.
he acts. It's how he talks. It's how he treats you. It's how he presents himself. You know, don't come at me with no damn color stuff because I don't even want to hear it. That's retarded. And I will say
Yeah,
that.
that's true, Yorkshire Rose. They were
Small
fancy dresses,
time
so
minded,
scary to see, right?
small minded people. Very small minded people. And it's sad today because they don't care.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
And a
I,
lot of kids
I
running
don't,
around saying words.
I don't worry at all. I don't worry at all about, you know, that kind of stuff any longer.
I'm worried
In
about going to a
in
store
our
and it getting
country,
shot up.
I don't even think about it or even worry about it because that's kind of stuff that's not no longer go on. This way back in history. I mean,
Shit.
before most of our time, right?
Uh,
And so, with that said, what's taking over now? What's taking over now is basically occults. That I
yeah,
mean,
that's a lot of them too
you don't
followers.
have to worry. You don't have to worry about stumbling. You don't have to worry about stumbling upon, you know, some weirdos having this little whatever they call meeting in the woods, all wearing, dummy taps, right? Um, you don't have to worry about that. What you better worry about is stumbling upon those people out there. If you see what they're doing, you're pretty much a goner. And I don't care.
That's true there.
And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what race you are. You're a goner. Right?
Well, I just know that I don't want to be a statistic at a store and you got some dumbass walking in with a machine gun and he decides he's going to let that machine gun go off and all of us going to be
Well,
gone. That's why I don't go to
want their
stores.
name in the news. These
I've
are people
got
looking to
an
get their name
anxiety
in the
to it.
news.
I got an anxiety to it. I will not go into a store. I will not go into a store.
Really?
I will not.
But well,
I don't know why. It just
I mean, like almost
you
every
can't
state.
trust nobody, and I sit
Every
back and I
state
watch
now
everything
has
and everybody.
the right to carry, right?
Yeah, but
Practically. I
with
mean,
me
maybe
with
there's
my
some that don't, but
epilepsy, with
where
me
I'm
with my
at,
epilepsy, I'm scared to.
where I'm at, it's stand your ground, right?
Yeah,
you're allowed to carry a weapon.
you're
And
allowed
I
to
will
carry
damn
them.
and I'll tell you what, I see somebody like that and I would use it too. Right?
Back in the back watching,
I mean, what I'm saying is
but I don't carry,
I
so
don't
I can't.
understand. I don't understand. There ain't nobody going to keep me from going nowhere. I'm going to go
I
where
don't.
the damn
I
hell
mean,
I
I go
want to go.
places, but I sit in a vehicle. I don't go into the stores. My anxiety is so bad with my PTSD.
Oh wow.
I just can't deal with I'm going through a lot right now. And it's overwhelming going into a store. I hate it more than anything. I do not like dealing with nobody. And that's why how I got involved in the Summer Wills case on Facebook, because I sit in my little laundry room. I don't smoke in my home. I live in a beautiful home now, thanks because I've got my life together and straightened it up. There is life out there, and you can get help if you want the help. You just got to reach out and do it. It is possible, and that's my thing. If Summer Nim's mom was that bad, why didn't somebody step in and try to take them kids a long time ago? You know, sometimes you need a wake up call.
Freethinker, I agree with you. Way too many children are going missing. They
No,
are
I
being
agree there.
neglected, abused. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. But will it stop? I don't think so. I don't think so because the
What's
Bible.
happening to our
We are
world
in
now?
Revelations, and the Bible
Yeah,
is
that's
going
what
to
I
play
started to
itself
say.
out.
What's
The only
happening with our
thing,
world?
the only thing that we can really do at this point is get your house in order.
Yep.
Because the Lord's going to be coming
Mm-hmm.
soon. That's for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Get your house in order and just do your best.
Volcanoes erupting.
Just do your best to watch over as many children in your area as you can, in your home, in your area, wherever you're at.
Watch your
Just keep an
surroundings.
eye on those kids,
Yep.
and the people around them.
Notice.
Just
I'm with you
if you
there.
see something, say something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We all got to pitch in and do everything we can to keep these children in the world
You
safe.
feel something's not right,
But
get it checked.
even though we do all of this, we're gonna still have a lot going on because we're just in the most evil times ever now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are in days right now that people all
The
down
last
through history
days.
hasn't ever even heard of.
Yep.
The world's going to hell.
Yep. Tornadoes, volcanoes,
Mm.
tsunamis. I mean, y'all got it. We got an earthquake just hit California the other day. So it was like a 6.3.
And people don't know one season from the other now. I
Mm-mm.
mean,
Y'all,
it's crazy. The weather is just
degrees.
crazy.
It's been 60 degrees, literally.
Right. I mean,
And
where I'm
then
at. where I'm at, it is
Yesterday it was
hot.
54, y'all. Yesterday it was 54, and tonight there's ice and snow. Literally, it's coming down. The wind's blowing like 40 mile an hour. It's not been like this in a long time.
But yeah, I absolutely, I absolutely agree that, you know, you
Y'all,
know,
I'm in Kentucky. I'm right there at the Tennessee line, exit 2. And I tell y'all what, we all need to get together.
you get
Need to go
frostbite.
talk to Governor Lee, Governor Bill Lee, and let him
I like
know.
that Yorkshire Rose. That's cute. She says a little joke to lighten things a little. What do you get if you cross a snowman with a vampire
Oh
frostbite?
Lord, that's bad already. Naughty woman.
That is hilarious. I
You
like that.
naughty.
Well, anyway, um, it's getting
That's
late,
sad.
and
Yeah.
we all.
It's 12 o'clock here, so
I have to put. I have to do a lot tomorrow because we're going to have Summer's Christmas party tomorrow instead of the 24th. So PG has got to get off of here. I've got a lot of things to get together. If any of you want to send, Denny asked that maybe we put another little type of cookbook together. If you got any
aw.
recipes you would like me to put in that tomorrow, please send
Hey
them
you
to me.
guys. My
Please send them
husband
to me.
is a culinary
Um,
art chef.
send them with your YouTube, with your YouTube name on them, please. Um, on them, and you can send them through Facebook chat. You can send them through my email. I'll make sure tomorrow I'm checking both diligently to see if there's any in there. Cutoff point will be about 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Cutoff point for all the recipes is cut off at about 5 because I have to have time to put it all together into a video to bring in tomorrow night with everyone's names on them that sent in the recipes. If you have a favorite picture of Summer that you would like to send in, or maybe snap a picture of a Christmas card you would like for me to show, purple flowers or anything that you would like me to add into the videos, um, feel free to send it in. I will make sure that they definitely get into the videos. I'll be doing pictures video of her. Um, I'll be doing the recipe video. We'll just different videos for her. So send whatever ever you want in a video. I will make sure it gets in there. So and tomorrow will be dedicated. It will be dedicated to Summer. Um, I will bring out. I will bring out the update of the Hawkins County, what they put out saying they don't know anything. I mean, I'll still bring it out. Let you guys see what I'm talking about. Um, tomorrow, so that what their new update is, and then we'll go from there into just Summer's all of Summer's videos from there, her Christmas party. So, and I appreciate everybody coming and showing up. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. God bless. And I want to let my moms know how much I appreciate you as well, for hanging in here with me tonight. But yeah, I think she got bumped off again. She keeps bumping herself off. But it was really nice to have her up here tonight. And hear a little bit about Tennessee, and especially the Summer County part of it, because I'm sure that's where the 12-year-old was from. Um, is over there. And that is who we already know about their law enforcement, right? We all heard that one. So anyway, I would have played the other video out of talking to the guy in charge of Summer's video, but I'm not going to do that due to the fact that I just ain't going to do that. Summer's case is still open. It's a full-blown investigation, and I didn't personally like the guy, but he could have just been having a bad day. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm not going to air his dirty laundry out here, because I still have hope for Summer to be found, and I just have hope for her to be found. That's all I want that Hawkins County to do, is get off their ass and find this little girl, right? And whoever did this to her. They say they don't have no proof that anyone did anything. Well, you don't have no damn proof that someone didn't as well, right? So get off your ass and figure it out, because that's what you get paid for, right? That's what you get paid for. They totally pissed me off. But I am hearing some news through the grapevine that 2023 might be a good year for Summer. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. Let's hope. Let's hope it is. Let's hope it is. I pray it is. I pray it is. All right. Well, I'm gonna play Summer's song out, and I'm gonna ask that that you send up the prayers for Summer, as I always ask. Please pray for her. Pray for her. I know God is listening. Please send those prayers up for this baby. She needs them. She needs them now more than she's ever needed our prayers. So please fold your hands together and just ask God to help us, because I don't see any other way of finding her without God. I don't see it. I had faith in law enforcement. They stole that faith away, but I don't ever lose faith in God. I don't ever lose faith in God, because I know what God can do. He can do anything and everything. So please ask that He helps us find Summer, bring her home, and pray for one another. Please pray for one another. Pray for Sweet Norway. And there's so many people needing prayer right now. So many people. And I pray that all of you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I just hope that everybody is, blessed and safe and has a beautiful, beautiful Christmas this year. God bless everybody. And know that I'm always praying for all of you. I'm always praying for everyone. God bless everybody. Good night.
Skip to my loo, darling.